Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new episode of Windows. Tonight we'll be talking about tourism in Egypt and about Lonely Planet's choice of Egypt as one of the world's top 2024 destinations, and a lot of issues related to this key industry here in Egypt, that industry of tourism. Our guest for tonight is Egyptologist and heritage researcher Rana Ihab. A very good evening to you, Rana, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for you. Have a good evening for you. And actually, we're starting just about weekend in Egypt, so I hope amazing weekend for all of Egyptian and also dear viewers.
Hopefully, Rana. Thank you very much. Now, let's begin with Lonely Planet's choice for Egypt as one of the world's top destinations in 2024. How do you view that?
Actually, I see this is as a very, very important thing nowadays, and especially because also we are from the top destination during the last year, and we are also recommended for 2024, which is amazing. Actually, when we can find a place like Egypt again to enjoy all the season during the year. So now we are in the winter season in Egypt, and yes, we have rains and a lot of amazing things related to the winter. But if you visit Luxor and Aswan, you will find the weather there is fantastic, amazing. You can enjoy it with the sun rays and the beauty of the Nile River, and you can enjoying walking around all the archaeological sites and natural places in Luxor and Aswan, and also especially in the Upper Egypt. So this is perfect. And if you want to enjoy with the seas also, you can find the place that played a role in Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh. And the Red Sea there is fantastic and amazing, and you can enjoy a lot. For that reason, Egypt will be from the top destination this year, and I hope for next years also, because we are doing a kind to upgrade our tourism industry in general, not only as a kind of tourism or enjoying the tourism. Nowadays, people, when they thought about the tourism, they searching for taking some vibes, great vibes, and the Egyptian people themselves, walking between the Egyptian people, giving you the positive vibes. You will never find this soul in any country again. If you're looking for entertainment, you will find that. If you're looking for heritage and culture, you will find that. If you're looking for a family time, you will find that. If you're looking for cuisine, you will find amazing and delicious food here also. So anything you're searching to enjoy your time, for sure you will find this in Egypt. In each part of Egypt have a special thing to do. So all your needs, you will find it here.
Well, you give positive vibes, Rana, mashallah, positive energy as well. Let me stay with this. You began by telling us about the winter season, how beautiful it is in Egypt. Before we get through the winter season, I want to get with you the winter, and then the spring, and then the summer, and then the fall.
Yes.
Let's walk it together.
Sure.
But you only mentioned Luxor and Aswan and Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh and the heritage, of course. You're mentioning Cairo and Giza and everything. But what about the northern coast in the winter? It's also beautiful. What about the Al-Wahat area? What about Marsa Alam and other areas in the Red Sea? Talk us through more about the winter first.
Yes, actually,
more places.
It's divided according to the season. So we are in the winter season, so it's better to go into Sharm el-Sheikh, Hurghada, and Luxor and Aswan, because we are in the winter, but the weather there is amazing. And if
anything on the Red Sea as well,
summer,
right? Like Marsa Alam and
yes, but it's better for Hurghada and Sharm el-Sheikh. And if you are in the summer season, it will be for
before the summer. Let's talk about the spring. Let's talk
That's
about the spring. Take season
spring.
by season.
Actually, we
I
have
would assume that Nile cruises would be very nice in the spring.
yes,
I would
and
assume.
actually, Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities doing a meeting, a board meeting members for the people who interested or care about the Nile cruises, especially because we have just a limited tours from Cairo to Aswan by a Nile cruise, but it's completely open from Luxor Aswan anytime. Now we are working to increase the trips from Cairo to Aswan to enjoying and with the Nile River to enjoying actually going to an archaeological sites in the middle of the Nile River. This is experience a fantastic experience because you just in your boat and you're going to the site or the archaeological site, watching the symbols or the tombs or whatever. Then you back to the boat and you continue your trip till you finish becoming the borders of Egypt and that. So this is very, very important. Play the role in spring because actually we have different vibes in spring. We celebrating with one of the fantastic festivals, which is original exactly, which is original from ancient Egypt. So we are enjoying taking our special food like the dried fish and eggs, the colored eggs, Egyptian celebration at that time, and years after years, Egyptians themselves keep this kind of festival. So you will find all the Egyptians in the gardens enjoying the sun after a long time of winter. Actually, they are everywhere, and also they are going and those in the spring season, especially they are going to the north coast. So and the Mediterranean Sea in general, they love to being there because also the water itself. It's a spring. Maybe there is a kind of a strong sun, but the water itself is amazing when you are playing on the sea and the shores.
And there are new cities there. I mean, it's not. It used to It used to be Alexandria, and then Alexandria and the North Coast. Now we have the Al Alamein and Matruh, of course, the beautiful Matruh. Now we have the new Alamein city.
Yes.
So we are having new
Alamein
destinations.
cities. We're going to talk about this part because Alamein city now is the fourth generation cities. When we are putting Egypt in the map for tourism, for sure, because we have a lot of developments working here, especially in the field of tourism and of tourism in general, and this part. So. If you're looking for luxurious, if you're looking for something unique, you have to go to Alamein. You will enjoying the people, the shops there, the towers there, even the technology that are using in the hotels itself. 5 stars, up to 5 stars hotel, and you can enjoy seeing different vibes from the Egyptian. If you didn't, maybe. The tourism is divided for many topics, and if you are not interested to going in archaeological and cultural thing, and you want to enjoy luxurious technology,
and it's green,
peace,
right?
yes,
Green, what they call the new trend,
exactly.
like green tourism and green cities and so on.
Exactly, it's to keep the natural safe, and this is also one of the amazing. The city of Al Alamein. Each part here of Egypt speaks about a lot of history. Alamein also have amazing history.
Course.
So if you are not that person want to go to the things related to archaeology, actually we have a museum there where you can visit and enjoying during the
Alamein was one of the cities that changed the course of World War II, changed the course of history, actually.
Yes,
Alamein, so if you talk about history,
and
sure.
also we have the tombs for the Italians who participate in the World War, and yes, it's a fantastic place.
Okay, that's the spring. Of course, there are areas in Egypt or like museums, and we're going to be talking about GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum, which has already been described as the biggest cultural city in the world. And when are we expecting the official inauguration of that museum? Because there are places to visit in Egypt year-round. But let's first just finish the seasons. So walk us through the summer, Rana, then.
Summer, we're searching for the sea. Where is the sea is? People in. So all the shores of Egypt, starting from the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea, all the shores there is available and open its hands for all our guests. Some people didn't like to go to Sharm el-Sheikh in the summer season because it's a kind of hot.
Hot, a little bit
yes,
hot.
a little bit hot, and the humidity there is very high. So they are preferring to going to Marsa Matruh and going to Hurghada. The weather there is better, and they are preferring also to go to Siwa. Because in Siwa we have the springs there is amazing, and the natural and the vibes of the cars. Also, they prefer to going to Fayoum city. It's very near to Cairo, so it's only takes if you are in the Giza, it's only take an hour and a half. And there is amazing place, a fantastic place in Al Fayoum. You can do a handmade for yourself, like pottery things, a sandboard. You can find also stargazing if you are the one who is loving camp in the desert. You will find it. It will be fantastic also. And for sure, the weather in Cairo is better than going to Luxor and Aswan in the winter. But if you want to visit, for sure it will be completely fit you in what you want. You will not need it to go to many open places in the morning. You can visit also some temples, light and sound, and in the night if you want to go to Luxor and Aswan. And also you can enjoy with the water of the Nile River. It's a kind for the swimmers. The Nile River is kind of heavy to swim, and it's not like the sea. Also, you can enjoy there. For sure, going to Dahab city, Taba city, all of those places is very amazing in summer season, especially.
Indeed. The fall, and a lot of people say that the most beautiful weather that Egypt has is usually in the fall, like in October, in November. Usually the weather is really gorgeous at that time. What about the fall? What do you recommend for our visitors in the fall here in Egypt?
Actually, it depends what they have, how many days they spend their time here in Egypt, because some people have a full program in a 1 week. So in 1 week you want to see a lot of things in Egypt, and this is kind of impossible.
Hectic, it's very hectic.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And at least you need to spend a month to visit all Egypt and to visit special places in Egypt. Because if you start your journey from spending in shores, like if you want to visit the places related to the sea, like Al Alamein or Sharm el-Sheikh or Al Hurghada, you will find a fantastic time there. Then you will spend maybe a couple of days. Then you will back to Cairo to visit the pyramids of Giza and the Grand Egyptian Museum, the National Civilization Museum. And Cairo is known as the city of 1,000 minarets, related to the amazing and fantastic great mosques, which is some of the mosques actually we considered as the fourth pyramid of Egypt. And you need to visit, going for sure for Khan al-Khalili and the Mu'izz Street to have some souvenirs for your family, for your friends.
A lot of historic historic churches as well in Egypt, and
exactly,
synagogues.
in the religious complex. We have different things here to do in Cairo. Then if you're going, you start your journey to going to the down to the Upper Egypt. You have Suhag, you have El Minya, you have Luxor and Aswan, and you have Abu Simbel also. And if you want to see more fantastic places and different vibes, for sure you have to pass in El Fayoum, watching the stargazing and the white desert in Egypt, near also to Siwa, because actually, well, we have some different and special thing in the white desert here, because the people who is going to travel to the astronomer before they going to the moon, actually they spend couple of weeks in the white desert because its land look like the moon. So one of the fantastic and amazing things to take an experience in. and for sure enjoying with the stargazing, especially that trips that related in different times at the year, for watching the sky, watching the sun, and watching many different stars that appeared maybe for a once in our life. This will be also amazing if you are care and love those things. Visiting for sure Armenia and going to the tombs on the mountain, and you will find how the Egyptian at that time is very, very clever to carve a whole tomb inside the bottom of the mountain, and it's full of decoration and just carving and colorful thing. If you enjoying in your cruise and you have a cruise trip, you will stop. One of the stops will be there in Bani Hassan tomb, and you will enjoy. You see the deserts, between the deserts and the green area or the agriculture area, you will find the Nile River passing, and it's very amazing. And when you are going to the Upper Egypt in the south, because some of people didn't understand how Upper Egypt in the south, because the Nile River.
And that question came to
Exactly.
everybody's mind, I think. Yeah.
Why Upper Egypt in the
It's
south?
about the stream, the downstream of the
Yes,
of the waters of
exactly.
the River Nile.
The Nile,
The Nile River or the River Nile. Yeah.
running from the south to the north. So Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north.
Absolutely.
Here is the idea.
Yeah, that's good.
So we are going
It's
now
good
to
that
the
you
upper-
mentioned that, yeah, because everybody, it confuses a lot
Yes.
of people. Yes, you're right. So, Rana, again, you're giving positive vibes. Now, walk us through the different types of tourism that Egypt enjoys and that made Lonely Planet for the second consecutive year choose Egypt as one of the top destinations in the world. The cultural, the religious, the leisure, the medical, the sports, the conference, tourism. Yeah, so walk us through,
Yes.
The classification.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, and I'm sure that you Egyptologists and you researchers might agree on some classifications, and some of you might add some classifications, and others might deduct some. So walk us through your classification.
Actually, the classification, if we're searching about the top tourism classification for the people, they are searching for different three things as a kind of minimize everything. So we have a kind of a blue tourism, which is related to the sea, the river, and a lot of people
Water.
need.
Yeah,
exactly.
blue.
It's according to the water. Most of the people love to be in the water. It's fine. And also the yellow tourism, which is related to the desert. And
We have a lot of safaris and a lot of.
exactly. Actually, we have in Cairo we have a safari. In each place we have a safari because it's a kind of related to living a different experience with your own. And also this is related to this, and we have the green tourism. It's related to the gardens, the fortress, and we have a lot of gardens here. If we are talking about Cairo, we have the biggest garden, which is Al-Azhar Park, and we are actually working in a very, very important project nowadays in Egypt. It's called Archaeological Park. So it's a green area, includes inside it, we have many monumental places that you can visit. So as we are talking about the green star and the green idea, and we need to be clean, we need to save the environment, especially before 2 years ago, Egypt have a chance to doing the COP27
Right.
here, that's related to the climate change. So from this
Green.
Exactly, from this point we start to working very hard about to increase the idea this and apply this in all our hotels. It's not only about the hotels, it's also about the museum and archaeological sites. We keen to do this project in perfect way to keep the earth in a fine place and peace. So here is the idea of the classification.
I like that classification very much, and the three colors that you mentioned. But when we talk about Egypt, because Egypt is so rich in history and culture and heritage and civilization, then those colors are not enough. Because so where would I put the religious or
Yes.
the cultural or the pharaonic or the whatever? Where would I put it within these
Well,
three colors? I
actually,
mean,
these putting under the line of or the grid line of what you want to do here in Egypt. If there is something related to the culture and knowledge and discovering the ancient world, for sure we have here, because in Egypt we are just not
so we need to find a
talking-
color for it.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't only have to do with the sea, the blue, or the green, the gardens, or the yellow, the desert. I mean, it's something that really engulfs all of them, by the way. Because
Yes.
whenever you talk about cultural and heritage and stuff, I mean, you have places that are monumental in Egypt, whether in the desert or by the sea or by the river or
You can find that.
in green areas.
It's in everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, here in that point of the classification of the tourism that's related to the archaeological and heritage places, it's also very, very important. And on the other hand, we have the people who love to travel to try food. And Egyptian cuisine, one of the oldest cuisines in all the world, it's documented in our tombs and in our temples that we are the first people who discovered the bread, and we are the one who making bread. And for sure we have the most known things for fool and ta'amiyya, and this is a pure Egyptian thing. And this is documented in all the tombs and temples. We discovered how we can make cakes, and this is documented before 700 years ago. So the Egyptians doing
700 or 7,000?
7,000 years
Yeah.
ago. This is about
Yeah.
the temples and the cakes itself and the temples. And actually, it's about how we doing our cooking. Barbecue thing, or doing just a salted
Really,
thing.
barbecue 7,000 years ago?
Yes, we have
Wow.
a complete scenes for this, and we have also maquettes and statues in the we can find it in the Civilization Museum. That when we have our mummies, we have maquettes for that. It's described for the people how the Egyptian work in this part.
Speaking of the Civilization Museum, of course, the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, Nemek, it's really a beautiful place. I wanted to ask you, what about that other beautiful place? When are we going to see GEM opening officially? Because I understand that, partially there are activities there.
Actually, the good news
and
is
visits. Yes.
the good news is that Grand Egyptian Museum is partly opened.
Yeah.
So you can visit the Egyptian Museum and enjoy with a very fantastic and amazing things there. Okay, some people say, okay, we will not visit it after it become
Until the
complete,
official
opening.
inauguration.
But if you visit the Egyptian Museum nowadays, you will enjoy with the embrace of King Tutankhamun, the virtual thing, and this is a very unique experience. We didn't have anything like this in the whole Middle East and Africa. So you have a special thing in the Grand Egyptian Museum. The story,
And you can see the pyramids from there, right?
yes, exactly. The Grand Egyptian Museum is divided for two parts. The part related to nowadays life and the part related to the old life.
Okay.
The part related
Ancient and modern. Yeah.
exactly. The part that is related to the ancient life, it's about the monumental thing, and the new life, the shops and the things that you can buy from the bazaars, and enjoying
Souvenirs and
take your coffee and enjoying in the experience itself. And when in the ancient part, you will find the grand staircase.
Yes, sorry to interrupt you. And even in the part that displays ancient Egyptian civilization, technology, which is part of modern life, is overwhelming there, right? I mean, a very advanced technology is running all over the museum. Isn't that the case?
Yes, for sure, this is true. And since you entered the Grand Egyptian Museum, you will find the one who welcoming you is King Ramses II, and actually you can take a photo with him from the photo booth there. You can take a photo with him, and the photo will be in your delivered to your mail. And this will be something from our technology. And we are not just caring about the technology, we are caring also about the people who have special abilities, and actually everything is facilitated for them to enjoying also doing the whole experience in the museum. The people who have visual problems also, they found the maquettes and the braille and everything is very well done for them. And after you finish the grand staircase, you will find...
Describe the grand staircase
The
for us.
grand staircase actually is divided for different things. It started with the life of the king, how he lived and how he what he do in his life.
All kings?
It's the special things that are there, like the king Ramses II, the most knowing kings in Egypt. And then when they finish, you will find how they become a kings in Egypt. We describe their life, then how they become the kings in Egypt. And the last thing, they care about the religion and the divine houses, the temples and the tombs and the columns from the temples and the tombs, how they worship to the gods, the most knowing gods in Egypt in that time. And the last part...
And we're talking about kings and queens as well, right?
Exactly, for sure.
I mean,
women's played very important roles from that time, actually.
Yeah.
And when you finish, you will find the nether life, how they found their journey in the nether life after death, what the things that they are passing in, and the funeral things, and talking about the funeral procedures and how they go into the nether life, what the steps they passed in. We have a different thing in 18th dynasty, that one of the tombs that we discovered actually opened recently in Egypt nowadays, and it's described for us the transaction of a kind of the funeral thing, and people also can enjoy that. And after we finish the funeral thing, you will find their place they built for them forever, which is the pyramid. So the glass ended with the glass, and from the glass you can find the panorama of the 3 pyramids of Giza. Talking about the pyramids, some of people thought that we have only the 3 pyramids of Giza, but actually we have more than 100 pyramids here in Egypt. And but the most known and the one who is recorded as one of the ancient wonders, the Great Pyramid of King Khufu.
We're going to have an airport right next to
yes,
the
airport of Sphinx.
Okay.
And actually we have a flight now on this airport. And people also can doing kind of, they have a kind of transit. They can enjoy visiting the pyramids and next to the next trip.
Yeah, that's great. So
about the technology, actually, we mentioned the technology in the NAMIC, the Museum of Civilization. It's actually completely different. In each museum in Cairo, we have a different experience.
Very interesting.
Because some people said, okay, that's enough for visiting museums, but it will you will never find the same information. For sure, you will learn something different from this museum. And the different thing in the NAMIC, that we have our mummies there, the mummies of the people who ruled the world one days. All the kings, King Ramses II, Queen Hatshepsut, Thutmose I, the second and the third, also amazing.
And NAMIC features all of the periods or eras of Egyptian history, right? Yes. Not just pharaonic, not just ancient.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
started from the prehistory time, and what we discovered, actually we have a skeleton in the Namek that describe how the life in the ancient the prehistory with the tools they are using. Then you will start with the topics, chosen topic from the Egyptian civilization. It's related to agriculture, related to the music, related to the religion, related to the funerary thing, related to the writing. Even it's related to the servants who work in the time, and also many fantastic jewelries, cosmetics, which is very amazing things, and the women, what they are using their boxes, like the makeup, actually what we are using nowadays, we found our grandmothers using that before thousands of years ago. And then when we finish the topics of the ancient civilization, ancient Egyptian civilization, we are going through the Greek Roman, we are going through the Coptic, we are going to the Islamic, we are going to the modern history of Egypt that related to the Muhammad Ali dynasty, Alawiya dynasty, and things that related to what Egyptians do for the world at that time. And then for sure you will end YouTube with going in a journey with the mummies, and it takes you when your way to see the mummies, it's the same way you're going to their tombs. So you will find the ledger and the walls around you, the description for everything. And what make the Namek is a special museum, because we have a screens shows you how those things working at that time. For example, we have the chariots that using by the kings during the wars and the fighting, and it will show you how this chariot actually walking through all of that. And also, if we're talking about the astronomical topic, you will find how the clocks and how the things worked in ancient Egypt. It's make or facilitate your visits. Sometimes we need, but sometimes also we need to see, to learn how these pieces work. And this is very important thing happened actually in the Namek. And your children also will be enjoying during their visit to the Grand Egyptian Museum. They have, because the Grand Egyptian Museum, we have a special tour for the kids, which is very important nowadays. After the great opening, or the official opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum, there was a children museum. It's care about everything for the kids, to learn them about and teach them about the Egyptian civilization and the Egyptian history in general. Grand Egyptian Museum considered as the biggest museum in all the world. It's have a fantastic collection from the Egyptian civilization. It's have also the greatest conservation labs in all Middle East, with the people who worked there day and night. They didn't sleep. And actually we have the first hanging obelisk in all the world. So the project of hanging obelisk, it's appeared when we found during our transportation for this obelisk, we found at the bottom of obelisk the name of the king. So they are searching about why we didn't make the people see this name of the king at the bottom, because the king didn't want anyone to take his obelisk and doing another name. This is King Ramses II. And actually we found his stamp, we found his name at the bottom of the obelisk.
And that was the very first time that we discovered that, while it was being transported?
Yes, exactly. While we
We're talking about something that happened a couple of years ago?
Yes, exactly.
2021?
Yes.
April 2021?
Yes,
okay.
That's true. So, so the people can going under the obelisk. They seeing its bottom, how it's going around, what's the inscription in the obelisk itself. And this is the first experience in all the world. Actually, we have an Egyptian obelisks in all the world, and the very famous squares in all the world. But in this experience, you will find something different, because you will not going around. You will be in the bottom of the obelisk to see how it's from different sides. So this is
I'm glad you really you mentioned this, Rana, really. So since you mentioned that, How are the new discoveries faring, and what's their effect on, drawing more tourists to Egypt? What about the newest discoveries? What are we expecting? I heard from Egyptologists like yourself that, that kind of thing happens like every other day. So you tell me, I mean, the
Yes,
discoveries.
actually, we just opening in Luxor one of the tombs. This tomb was doing a kind of construction inside it in the year of 2000. So 24 years working in this tomb. It have amazing and wonderful colors, different scenes that we never have been seen it before in the Egyptian civilizations, and it's related to one of the high official. It's not related for the king or for a queen. It's one for the high officials, one of the nobilities. And actually, we have something different in this tomb. That man is called as Merit Amun, and he working for the god Amun, and he's the supervisor of the overseas for the people who work in the textile. So this is kind of different thing that we understand how the Egyptian doing a clothes at that time, and the workers actually they are women's working in this special thing. This has happened in 18th dynasty. And also, the tomb includes one of the statues for the high official and his wife. And his wife actually is a singer in the ancient Egyptian time for the god Amun. So one of the fantastic things here, this is located in the west bank of Luxor. In the west bank, we have amazing archaeological sites like the Valley of Kings, Valley of Queens, and we have the temple of Queen Hatshepsut also. We have the Madinat Habu and amazing places, not just only this tomb, but this is one of the recently opened before actually 3 days ago, and this is a fantastic thing.
Indeed.
And also about the Giza pyramid. We are talking before 1 year ago, we're talking about discovering a new trail or a new road inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. Still, till today, we are discovering more things, and we are talking about the project. What if we back the granite stone again to the smallest pyramid in Giza? And actually, we have many meetings with international organization that related to the heritage, engineers, archaeologists, Egyptologists, to talk about this project. If it will be a successful project, if the pyramid of Menkaura and Giza pyramid need actually to making a kind of, but the final answer for the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, it's not needed to doing such a project or to reback the blocks around the pyramid. It's better to doing a kind of excavation around the pyramid of Menkaura about the place of the boats itself. Because when we are talking about the pyramids, we have something called a complex. Complex of the pyramid contains of the pyramid, the causeway, the valley temple, the funerary temple, and many other things. And it's around the pyramid we have a boat that the king thought it would be usable in the nether life, or it's used in its real life. So we found the boat bed for the pyramid of King Khufu and the pyramid of King Khafra, but we didn't discover yet the boat bed of King Menkaura, and we are now on the track to doing this such a project, to searching about the places that related to the boats there, and for sure this will give us a lot of information, because the boats that we found around the pyramid of King Khufu, we noticed from the boats itself that the sea route is coming from Lebanon. So we have a great trade with the Lebanon and the four dynasties in the beginning of the years there. So it's something telling us a lot of information about.
Yes, I'm sure. I mean, it's always a pleasure to have you with us, Rana.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
And really, I like the fact that you do give a lot of positive energy and vibes when
you.
talking about our beautiful country, our heritage, our civilization. So we thank you very much,
Thank
Egyptologist
you.
and heritage researcher Rani Ihab, for being with us, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you. And
night.
thank you, dear viewers, for watching Windows. Please stay with Night TV International. Goodbye.